Hello Unacademians, this is me Vignesh NP and I'm here to present the daily practice series for GRE Reading Comprehension, and this is our 11th day and I hope you all are doing well and good. So let's move on to today's objective. Yes, as usual we'll read just one passage today and we will solve 3 questions related to it. One passage, 3 questions related to it. So the cheat sheet for today. The first sheet. Be sure to read the question carefully to determine exactly what are you being asked. So you would think, what is this, a cheat or something? But yes, actually this is. You should not think that this point is small, because please every time read the question carefully to determine exactly what are you being asked. Okay, most of the time what happens is you think the question asked is something else, you answer something else. That's where the problem comes. Okay, next, wrong answers will often use details from another part of the passage that are not relevant to the questions. This is where major time, most of the time, there is major part of the time that what happens is that when you're doing a question, they give you options, and that options, there will be one correct option or two, but the other wrong options will use details from the part which is unnecessary, which is secondary or unimportant. That's where we have the confusions. So please make sure that you don't have that confusion and try to be free. Okay, so I think you all are ready to move on to the passage. It's the passage number 11 of our course and it's about the Nobel Prizes. Yeah, so let's read. The Nobel Prizes, awarded annually for distinguished works in chemistry, physics, physiology or medicine, literature and international peace, were made available by a fund bequeathed for that purpose by Swedish philanthropist Alfred Bernard Nobel. The prizes awarded since 1901 are administered by the Nobel Foundation in Stockholm. In 1969, a prize for economics endowed by the Central Bank of Sweden was added. Candidates for the prize must be nominated in writing by a qualified authority in the field of competition. Candidates are judged by Swedish and Norwegian academies and institutes on the basis of their contribution to mankind. The awards are usually presented in Stockholm on December 10, with the King of Sweden officiating an appropriate tribute to Alfred Nobel on the anniversary of his death. Each prize includes a gold medal, a diploma, and a cash award of about $1 million. So today the passage is all about the Nobel Prizes and the Nobel person behind it, that is Alfred Nobel, and all about that. And okay, so let me not break it to you. Okay, I think you would have got the gist and passage, the summary of it. So let's move on to the question number 1. As usual, it's a summary question. What does this passage mainly discuss? Alfred Bernard Nobel, the Nobel Prizes, C. Great contribution to mankind, and D. Swedish philanthropy. I think this question is very straightforward and you all would make it right. That the answer is, of course, the Nobel Prizes, because from the first sentence itself you can see the Nobel Prizes awarded annually for distinguished work. Every time they are talking about just the Nobel Prize, and they are using the other things, that is Alfred Nobel, and the other areas, that is the other options, great contributions to mankind, are all just secondary ideas in this. The main idea is Nobel Prize. So that's the explanation of question number 1. And if you want any more details, just check in this slide. Okay, let's move on to the question number 2. So please make sure that you're ready with your pen and paper and just write the reason 2. Okay, this is for you. And a Nobel Prize would not be given to A. an author who wrote a novel, B. a doctor who discovered a vaccine, C. a composer who wrote a symphony, and D. a diplomat who negotiated a peace settlement. So who would not get a Nobel Prize? So what do you think? So just look into the passage once. What they're talking about? They're talking about the Nobel Prizes awarded annually for distinguished works in chemistry, physics, physiology, medicine, literature, and international peace. There is nothing about. So an author who wrote a novel, Yeah, he would get a Nobel Prize. If that Nobel is good enough, he will get a Nobel Prize in literature. And if a doctor who discovered a vaccine, yeah, there have been instances like that, and that goes in the section of medicine. A composer who wrote a symphony, no, no, because there is no Nobel Prize for music, no Nobel Prize for music, so he will never get a Nobel Prize. Will D get it? A diplomat who negotiated a peace settlement? Yes. Obama got it. Yeah, because he negotiated a peace settlement. He got a peace Nobel Prize. So yes, he will also get a Nobel Prize. So the only person who will never get it is a composer. So there it is. The correct option is option C, the composer. So let's move on to the question number 3, or the final question. Which individual or organization serves as administrator for the trust? The King of Sweden, B. The Nobel Foundation, C. The Central Bank of Sweden, D. Swedish and Norwegian Academies and Institutes. So let us check out the passage for the answer. So here you can see they're talking about the prizes awarded since 1901 are administered by the Nobel Foundation in Stockholm. Yeah, it's given in clear lines that the prize awarded since 1901 administered by the Nobel Foundation in Stockholm. That is, the administration is done by the Nobel Foundation. Okay, and let's see the options there. The options are King of Sweden. So what does the King of Sweden do? The awards are usually presented in Stockholm with the King of Sweden officiating. Okay, just King of Sweden is just an official who is officiating the award ceremony. And the Nobel Foundation, yeah, Nobel Foundation is the right answer. That is the trust which administrates. Central Bank of Sweden, what does it do? So here they're talking about the Central Bank of Sweden, that the Central Bank of Sweden, yeah, you can see here the candidates are judged and the Central Bank of Sweden, see clearly it's given that the clearly is given that the Central Bank of Sweden is the organization that endorsed the prize for economics. It's given that clearly. And Swedish and Norwegian academies are the institutes that it's given. You can see the awards are usually presented. Candidates are judged by Swedish and Norwegian academies. The Swedish and Norwegian academies are the people who judge the candidates, and the Central Bank of Sweden was the people who endowed the prize for economics. So the answer is only option B, the Nobel Foundation. So the correct option is option B. So I think you would have got the 3 answers correct this time, because it was particularly easy this time, except the option B. I think option B was a little confusing. Other ones was the other two was pretty straightforward. And if you had any kind of problems, please be free to comment, rate and review and recommend my courses if you liked it, so that we can carry on this education revolution. And I'll be making more courses on GRE. And please try to comment on what courses you want from me. I'll try to make it if possible. Please try to comment what do you want from me. Any courses that's missing from Unacademy, please be free to do that. Okay, thank you and have a good day.